Patriots' slow start could also have some expensive implications for Tom Brady because he is currently on track to earn none of his $5 million worth of incentives this year.
Yeah.
So he earns $1 million per incentive in these different categories, finishing in the top 5 in passer rating. He's currently 16th, finishing in the top 5 in completion percentage. He's currently 20th. Top 5 in yards per attempt, currently 26th.
He's going to finish way higher in passer rating. He'll finish top 5 in passer rating. Just give him, remember, he's got 12 games to go. Now he's got Edelman. Watch that go way up.
And Gronk's going to play this week also. And top 5 in touchdown passes, he's 8th. And top 5 in passing yards, he's 20th. So I do agree with you with the passer rating.
He won't get big passing yards unless Josh Gordon emerges. But his completion percentage, passer rating, yards, he's going to get top 5 in TD passes. He's going to get a bunch of those. Because tonight, watch him. He'll have 4 touchdown passes tonight because the Colts are all beat up.
I would guess he's probably not going to be top 5 in yards per attempt or passing yards.
No, passing yards he's got no shot. They just don't have dynamic players. And by the way, they've got a young running back, Sony Michel, they really like. And he also throws to James White a lot, who's a running back. They're not.
They're not.
By the way, Jared Goff and Mahomes, they have deep threats.
Right.
So Goff and Mahomes are going to end up with a ton of yards. So is, at the end of the year, Ben is going to end up with a ton of yards. Flacco's got a couple of good deep threats.
Probably Phillip Rivers, too.
Yeah.
So speaking of slow starts, the Giants are off to an even slower start, dropping 3 of their first 4 games, and much of the criticism has been put on Eli Manning for the shortcomings offensively, and Brett Favre has come to Eli's defense.
The way he plays the game has not changed. You have to protect him. He's not going to win with his feet. Every once in a while, he may scramble, but he is who he is. And when you can protect him, he's really good. And I think his demeanor, I think his personality, and I think his physical attributes really haven't changed. And so I think it's up to the team and the organization to provide him with adequate protection. You got to figure out a way to protect the guy. You can't say, well, all right, now, Eli, we expect you to move around and make plays because we don't think we can protect you that well.
Well, Russell Wilson led the NFL in TD passes last year with a crappy O-line. With Eli, you can't build a perfect team in a salary cap. They're spending a lot of money on defense. They're spending a lot of money on Odell Beckham. Now they're spending big money on a running back. At some point, Eli's got to make plays. You can't build a perfect team around him. The Giants are spending a lot of money now on a left tackle, a pass rusher, a corner, a safety, Ogletree a linebacker. At some point, Eli, be better. God, you can't give a guy a perfect. And Russell Wilson's running for his life and leads the NFL in touchdown. Aaron Rodgers has never had a running game. When's the last time Aaron Rodgers had a running game? He's dropping 38 touchdown passes
At one point or another, it is kind of on Eli. Every quarterback, I'm sure, would love to just be protected all the time.
Yeah.
A quarterback doesn't prefer to be running around the field trying to make a play on his feet. Finally, when it was known that Le'Veon Bell was not going to be around for the season opener, obviously a lot of the Steelers players were upset, particularly the offensive line made it clear they weren't very happy about it. And now that he is reportedly coming back after Week 7, some of the Steelers seem to be backtracking on their comments. Marquise Pouncey said, "We've done a lot of great things with Le'Veon. He's been a heck of a player here, a great teammate. We'll never forget that. I'm pretty sure when he comes back, everyone will be fine with it." And Marcus Gilbert said, "It's music to my ears. It sounds good, but I wish it could have him back today. I know we're all waiting on him."
Yeah,
winning cures all, and I really feel like right now, because the Steelers are struggling and
they want to win games.
Very bleak, they're like, we could probably use that, top running back in the league,
They want to win games.
Huge piece of our offense. It'd be kind of nice to have Le'Veon Bell back. I know everyone was freaking out after Week 1, like James Conner's just going to come in and plug and play, but you can't replace Le'Veon Bell like that.
I know.
You just can't, which is why, he's not, I know he wants to be with the Steelers and retire with the Steelers. I think that ship has sailed. Players, to me, this isn't surprising coming from players because at the end of the day, everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants to win, but it's kind of an unspoken thing about letting somebody deal with the money and what they want to do with their career on their own.
Right.
At one point or another, you got to separate, trying to win with the fact that it's what you do for a profession.
Yeah.
But Steelers, I don't know. Steelers are going to have to get it back on track, and we'll see what happens after Week 7.
I have a piece of video that's disturbing. Yankee fan throwing a beer at an A's fan after they won, a brand new beer. Fans are jerks. Why would you do that to somebody? That's such a jerky
I would
move.
have to guess there was some alcohol involved.
God, why would you do that? It's such a jerky.
Well,
yeah, I know why. Because they're drunk. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Yankee Stadium, that's a $13 beer. Who is throwing away a $13 beer?
That's somebody that's likely never had hands on them before. If you're feeling crazy enough to throw a beer in somebody's face, you really have no fear of the repercussion of that. I've had someone pour a beer on me before.
Did I ever tell you what happened? I had one bad stadium incident in my life. I literally had a hot dog at San Diego Qualcomm, and I had a hot dog, and it was too big for the container, and it was kind of bent, and I was on the second deck, the first row of the second deck, and as I sat down, it popped out and flipped over the rail. It had mustard and stuff all over it. Landed right in the guy's head. They just splattered mustard everywhere.
Well, your first mistake was eating a hot dog because that's disgusting.
It was this gigantic, like Chicago style, and it flipped over the railing and landed right in the guy's head. And I looked down and he looked up and he was furious.
Did he come up and punch you in the face?
No, but I wasn't going to go down there. I'm like, that's the breaks.
You didn't go down and be like, hey man, I'm sorry, let me buy you a beer or anything?
No.
You made the right choice. He probably would have punched you.
Yeah, he would have punched me right in the forehead.
This must be pre-Twitter, because I didn't see tweets about Cowherd throws hot dog.
No, I didn't throw a hot dog. It came...
It sounds like you kind of...
I was in the second deck, and it flew. It was like trapped in its bun, and as I separated, it went boing, and it came over, and I looked over the rest.
So this hot dog just miraculously bounced out of the bun and landed on this guy's head.
Flipped out of the bun, and it went all the way down.
And you had no idea
and some guy was like, hey, you jerk. And I was like, no, it's a stadium. Things happen.
Was he wearing a Westbrook jersey?
He was. Yeah. He was wearing a Westbrook jersey.
He's an Aaron Rodgers
and Westbrook
fan.
was only 8 at the time, which is even more remarkable. D'Angelo Hall's around the corner. I'm going to, yeah, he is. Well, we're back in a second. It's the Herd.